What's up? Welcome into your Daily Buckeye Blitz for Tuesday, 12/12/23, December 12th, 2023. We're talking freshmen today. Hey, don't forget, hit the website. You guys forgot, didn't you? It's still there, thebuckeyecast.com. Everything is still on sale. You got to order now if you want to get anything shipped for Christmas. You got to remember, everybody is trying to send everything across the world and around the country and all that. So around the world and across the country, whatever, who cares? So get in there, check out thebuckeyecast.com, get some gear for yourself, for your friends, family, kids, whatever, and we'll do it. All right. We're talking freshman tracker. We're tracking the freshmen from 2023. Who did what? Who got some snaps? Who got some run? Who didn't? And how's it look for these guys? We're going to start it off with the guys that got the most playing time. And Brandon Innes, right off the top, he saw action in 11 games. Most of them were on special teams. He did have 23 plays on offense over 5 games. So 6 foot, 207 out of South Florida. He was basically your 6th wide receiver this season. Had that nice 58-yard bomb from Devin Brown against Purdue. That was lovely. So assuming Emeka moves on to the NFL, not passes away, moves on to the NFL, Emeka makes room for Innes to just slide right into that slot position. So look for big things out of Innes in the slot. So we'll see what happens. I think you're going to see plenty of him in the Cotton Bowl too. So next up, corner Jermaine Matthews Jr., by the way. He played in 11 games, mostly on special teams, but did have 193 snaps on defense in 7 games. 5'11", 182 out of Cincinnati Winton Woods. He came in ready to freaking play, man. Guy's a competitor, and he had that 58-yard. Again, why is it 58? So Innes had a 58-yard bomb against Purdue. Matthews had a 58-yard pick 6 against Western Kentucky. Wow. All right. So he was in there for Denzel Burke, obviously. So Matthews seems like he's going to be a starter as well. So you're seeing kind of a just right off the top here with the first 2 guys, you're seeing young guys getting early playing time, and you know, it's kind of that super sophomores kind of, thought process where, he's a sophomore and he's like ready to go. These 2 guys, Matthews and Innes. So then you got Noah Rogers. He was out of North Carolina, 6'2", 201. Did not have a reception, but should have an opportunity to get some serious playing time in 2024. Carnell Tate, sticking with the receivers here. He played in all 12 games, had 239 snaps on offense over 10 games. Did play in the other 2 only on special teams. 6'2", 191. He showed, you got to really give this kid his props, give him a medal. His mother was killed in a gang shooting in Chicago early in the season, but that didn't stop him. He cracked the 2 deep, had 17 catches, 260 yards, a touchdown. That one was against Western Kentucky. So chance to emerge and probably be a starter in this Cotton Bowl, and then also going into the 2024 season. You got to remember this Cotton Bowl is basically, a precursor to the spring game. We do want to win it, obviously, because they're keeping score, but you're going to see a lot of dudes playing in this game that will probably be starting next season once fall rolls around. Calvin Simpson Hunt, the corner, up next. He was a 62nd nationally ranked recruit. Played in the last 3 games of the season, had 23 snaps on defense in 2 games. Mostly he just played on special teams. He's another competitor, came in like middle of the season in the summer. So he was, a few months behind Jermaine Matthews, but he's out of Texas, and he had a little bit of injury issue early in the season, and figures to factor into the cornerback position this fall, whether he cracks the rotation maybe he's considered for the slot. If Jordan Hancock moves on, we'll see what happens. But he's definitely a competitor and going to be in the 2D. Jason Moore, D lineman, played only a few snaps. That was against Western Kentucky. He's the big man out of Maryland. So he'll redshirt this year, and he's a promising young D lineman. So expect him to get some playing time here. Especially he's got to be in the 2D going into this 2024 season. Luke Montgomery, the O lineman, highly touted, coming out of Findlay, representing the 419. Played in 10 games, only 44 snaps on offense in the 9 games, but he also played on special teams. 6'4", 302 as of right now. But he caught the coach's eye early in camp, earned a spot in the 2 deep, and even worked in those jumbo bison packages as the extra O lineman. So I look for him. He might do the Paris Johnson treatment where he slides in at guard in 2024, then flips out to tackle, whether it's right or left, in 2025. So we'll see. I have no problem starting him at right tackle, even if Josh Fryer still has not improved. Next up, Jelani Thurman, the freak. He had 22 snaps in 4 games on offense out of Fairburn, Georgia, same high school as Aaron Nolan. Impressive specimen with this guy, but he was stuck behind Cade Stover, G. Scott Jr. Those guys ate up all the snaps, and they didn't go to a lot of 12 personnel. Did have 2 catches, 18 yards on the season. So needs to work on his blocking, of course. Pass catching ability is his strong suit, but we'll see. I think he has to challenge another one of these sophomores that has to challenge, or second-year guys, whatever, that is going to challenge for a starting job. Joshua Mickens, a DN, he is out of Indianapolis, redshirted this year, played 1 snap on defense, so not a lot of impact for him, but look for him next year. We'll see how they develop him and where they see him working in, whether it's D end, because he's only 236, 6'5", 236. Maybe he works in it as an edge, or they also talked about recruiting him as the jack position. So I don't know if I'm a fan of the jack position yet. Next up, Malik Hartford, the safety. He had 156 snaps over 8 games on defense, played the other 3 in special teams only action out of Westchester, Lakota West, 6'2", 195. Dealt with the group dealt with injuries, so he was forced into action when he probably wasn't ready. Did have, what do you have here? 10 tackles, had 2 PBUs, filled in for Proctor and Ransom a little bit. Did have that touchdown pass against the team up north, the Cheaters. Perhaps you forgot about them. Yeah, he should not have been in there in that play. All right, Lincoln Keenholz, quarterback out of South Dakota, 6'2", 200 pounds. So he settled in. He was the number 3 quarterback in the rotation behind Kyle and Devin. But look for action in this bowl game for Lincoln for sure. He just had played a total of 20 snaps on offense in 2 games against Michigan State and Minnesota. So look for him to get some action in this Cotton Bowl, especially if we get out to a big lead. He went 4 or 5, and 25 yards passing in limited action. So I think he's definitely going to get some action here against Missouri. And then we'll see what happens in 2024. If they bring in another quarterback, then is it an open competition with all 3 of them? We'll see. Arbel Reese, the linebacker, 6'3", 235. So he came in as a linebacker, but they moved him down into D end. So we'll see what he turns out to be, how he fills out. I think they also talked about him as the jack. Again, don't get me started on the freaking jack position, but I think he'd be fine at defensive end. 6'3" is a little shorter than you want, but he's a tough son of a bitch coming out of Cleveland Glenville. And he played in 7 games, all on special teams. Josh Padilla, the O-lineman, did not play at all. So obvious redshirt there, 6'3", 293 out of Wayne High School in Huber Heights. So look for him to develop, continue to get that body right, and hopefully push for a two-deep spot next year along the O-line. Will Smith Jr., the legacy, 6'3", 294 out of Dublin Kaufman. So he missed the season almost entirely with injury. He had a recurring back issue, so did not play at all. Obvious redshirt. We'll see if he can get healthy and either crack the two deep or starting lineup next year. Caden McDonald, D lineman. Oh, great. Freaking website just froze. Uh-oh. Coming back. Stay with me. Here we are. Caden McDonald played 31 snaps over 6 games. 6'2", 319, the big man down in the middle out of Georgia. So a little bit of playing time. Obviously used the red shirt, but I think he's going to be pushing for some serious playing time down in the middle, especially if Tyleek and Mike Hall go to the NFL. So we'll see what those decisions leave Caden. Jaden Bonsu, the safety, did not play at all this year, 6'1", 205 out of Jersey. So obvious red shirt there too. We'll see what happens with the portal departures at safety. And so he figures, obviously, he has to be in the two deep, right? I mean, there's no two ways about it. He's a heavy hitter, big dude. Austin Severell did not play at all this year, the O-lineman, 6'5", 317 out of Lakota East. So red shirt, we'll see you next year. Get in the weight room, start eating everything you can see. Nigel Glover, remember him. He was the late flip to the Buckeyes from Northwestern when they went through their little weenie wash issue. Did not play at all, though. So red shirt there. Let's see him come back. He's definitely going to have to factor in the two deep with the limited availability. And if somebody else hops in the portal at linebacker or Cody Simon goes to the NFL, watch out. I mean, we're going to need the dudes. Cedric Hawkins, the safety, yes, did not play at all this year, so red shirt. So he figures to be in the competition at safety in 2024. I would definitely assume he's going to crack that two deep. We'll see how that plays out. Bryson Rogers, the other half of the Rogers and Rogers law firm, 6'2", 185 out of Zephyr Hills over here in my neck of the nape. Saw limited action, 6 snaps on offense in 2 games. So red shirt for him. Let's see if he can crack the starting line or crack the two deep next year. Miles Walker, the tackle out of Connecticut, 6'5", 295, did not play at all. So red shirt. We'll see how his development goes in the offseason. Hopefully he can get squared away and add some depth to that O-line. So I think that's all I got for you. That was everybody. Yeah. All right. So those are your updates on your freshmen, who played, who redshirted. So we will be back tomorrow. Oh, we have a Ryan Day press conference today. So I'll have the highlights from that on Wednesday's show. So keep it locked in here. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hey, man, that thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. All right. Don't forget, we're going live Friday at 4:30 here on YouTube. And if you're in podcast form, we will always post the audio of the live shows. And then Sunday night, me, Jeff, and Sean, 7:30 Eastern on YouTube. All right. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.